Hello, welcome to Wega Achiever Educational Limited. Presenting Royal Tutors, trusted for brain-friendly impact learning. Today, we'll be continuing from where we stopped in our previous class. Still on cell, but this time around we'll be talking about cell division. Now, the question is, what is cell division? Now, cell division is the biological process by which a parent cell splits into two or more new cells. It is essential for growth, repair, reproduction, and survival of all living organisms. Now, let's look at the chromosomes and gene in cell division. Let's talk about the chromosomes and the gene. Chromosomes, found in the nucleus of a cell, that's point 1. Point 2, made of DNA tightly coiled around proteins. Point 3, each chromosomes carry many genes. Point 4, you should note that humans have a total number of 46 chromosomes, and in pairs they are 23. One set from the mother and one set from the father. This simply means that the father produces what? 23 pairs of chromosomes, and the mother also produces what? 23 pairs of chromosomes. And these 23 pairs are produced in their reproductive gametes. Yes, they are produced right there, which simply means when a man releases a sperm cell, the sperm cell contains 23 pairs of chromosomes, and when a woman has an egg cell, the egg cell contains 23 sets of chromosomes, which simply means when the sperm cells fuse with the egg cell in fertilization, what then happens, a total number of 46 chromosomes is formed in that zygote. That is all for the chromosomes. Let's talk about the gene. The gene is a section of DNA on the chromosomes. Now, each gene codes for a specific protein, and we should also know that this protein determines the characteristics, e.g. such as eye colors. Now, you should also know that humans have 20,000 to 25,000 genes present in the cells. Good. So, we have been hearing of the word DNA, or we've seen the word DNA. Now, what is the meaning of DNA? DNA simply means the oxyribonucleic acid, and it is present in the what? In the gene. Now, let's go to the major details for today. Cell cycle. Now, one thing you should notice that cell cycle involves 3 main stages, which include replication of DNA, mitosis, cell division. Those are the 3 major stages in cell division. Let's start with the first one, replication of DNA and synthesis of organelle, which can also refer to as what? The interphase. The longest stage of the cell cycle is the interphase. In this place, or rather in this stage, cell grows and prepares for division. DNA is replicated, forming sister chromatids. And I haven't talked about that, the organelles such as mitochondria and ribosomes are made. Cell has doubled the genetic material by the end of this section. The next section is the what? Or rather, the next stage is the what? The mitosis, which can also refer to as nuclear division. This ensures that each new cell gets identical chromosomes. When they say identical, which simply means the same numbers of genes or chromosomes that are present. Not just that, the steps of mitosis include 4 major steps, which can be called the PMATs as the mnemonics, where P stands for the prophase, M stands for the metaphase, A stands for the what? Anaphase, and T stands for the what? Telophase. Now, what occurs at the prophase? Chromosomes condense and spindle fibers are formed. And at the metaphase, chromosomes line up at equator at the metaphase, and at the anaphase, sister chromatids are pulled apart. Telophase, this involves new nuclear membrane formed, which then leads to the formation of nucleus, and after that, the cell then divides by a process known as what? Cytokinesis into 2 identical daughter cells. Now, I haven't talked about that. I cannot just explain this without using diagram. Now, so let's look at the diagram, a simple diagram of the division of a cell by mitosis. Now, you can see you have the interphase, which is the resting phase. Okay, the prophase. You can see the diagram, right? The prophase. Now, if you observe very well, the anaphase, the prophase, the have 2 stages occurring. Early prophase and the chromosomes. After that, you go to the metaphase. You can see the way at metaphase chromosomes are arranged at the equator. At anaphase, if you notice the cell chromosomes are divided in the process of mitosis. And after that, you can see that the anaphase then involve pulling of the chromosomes where they move away from the equator. and the telophase involved the formation of the nucleus, which has to do with
after that,
formation of the nucleus
and
then
division of the cytoplasm.
And you should know that the division of the cytoplasm occurs. I won't talk about that. Let's talk about stage 3. Now, this stage 3 is what I just explained earlier in that structure, division of the cell. Cytoplasm and cell membrane divides by a process of cytokinesis. In animal cells, the cell membrane pushes in, while in the case of plant cells, new cell wall are formed between the nuclei. That is just states. Then, at the end of the day, produces two identical diploid daughter cells. That is the end product of mitosis. That's two daughter cells are produced. Then each has the same numbers of chromosomes as the parent cell. So that is the major stage involved in cell division and overview. So now let's talk about the importance of mitosis. The importance of mitosis. Now, number one importance of mitosis is growth. Mitosis increases the numbers of cell growths, or rather the numbers of cells in an organism, allowing growth from a single cell to a fully developed organism. That's one function. Number two function, mitosis also help damaged or dead cells are replaced through mitosis. Yes, that's what it does. It's also help the damaged or dead cells to be replaced, e.g. skin cells, blood cells, gut lining cells, etc. 3. Sexual reproduction. In unicellular organisms such as amoeba, mitosis enables reproduction without gametes, producing two identical offsprings. That is it. Going to number 4, importance of mitosis. It also helps in the maintenance of chromosomes number. That is to say, each daughter cell receives the same number and type of chromosomes as the parent cell, ensuring genetic stability. Meaning, whatever cells that the parents possess, or whatever genetic cells that the parents possess, the daughter cells also possess them. That is to keep it. Next is regeneration. Some organisms use mitosis to regenerate lost parts, and such includes your starfish, lizard, etc. Next function or next importance, healing of wounds. New cells formed by mitosis close up cuts and injuries, allowing tissues to heal. That's one thing about mitosis. Always help in healing of wound. That is the number 6 function. Now, having known all of this with the little knowledge that we have, with the overview that we've seen under cell division, so let's attempt some Gsce question. And let's go. Gsce question. First question. This question is about cell division. A says, which process makes two identical new body cell for growth and repair? Which process makes two identical new body cells for growth and repair? The answer is mitosis. Next question. Say you should draw one line from each stage of the cell cycle to what happens during the stage. Stage 1. In stage 1, I will go with the third, which says that the cell grows and the chromosomes replicate. That's it. Stage 2. One set of chromosomes is put to each end of the cell. Then stage 3 involves the cytoplasm and cell membrane divides to form two new cells. That is what mitosis is all about. Next question. The genetic material is made up of many small sections. Each section codes for a specific protein. What is one section of genetic material on a chromosome called? This is obviously the gene. This is the gene because I actually said it in our course of study. So, I won't say that. Going to the next question. This question is about the cell cycle. Chromosomes are copied during the cell cycle. Where are chromosomes found? Chromosomes are actually found in the nucleus. Then the gene is present in the chromosome. The next one is, what is the name of the section of a chromosome that controls the characteristics? That's the gene. Next question. That's which stage of the cell cycle in figure 1 takes the most time? If you can see, copying of chromosomes takes the most time. So that will be the right answer. Copying of chromosomes is my answer. From the next question, they said, during mitosis, cells need extra energy. Which cell structure provides most of this energy? The mitochondria is also referred to as the powerhouse of a cell, which simply means that it provides all the energy necessary for cell division and other activities. Thank you for joining at Vega Achiever. I'll see you in my next class. God bless you.